Oh my God, that was ugly. Holy shit. I cut the fuck out of myself with that necklace. Owie, let's clean that up. YouTube, what is up? We are back with another day. We got the red light on. I should probably get a little bit better angle here. I don't know if that's a better angle, but got the red light on. We're gonna rip some hang cleans, some bench press, and some upper body accessories right before league. It is absolutely downpouring and my roof is leaking in this gym right now, so if we get flooded out, it might be a cool YouTube video there. But they said league's still on and apparently it's only raining in our spot, so we're gonna rip it. We're gonna hit some heavy hangs today. Let's get up to something spicy. Maybe a 300. 300 would be sweet, but you never know. My body's kind of beat up. I've played like 22 days of softball in a row. Like BP is good, but a lot of times the games over and over again because I do the BP and the games. So it's like every day we're BPing, we're great, but then you add the games on top of every single day, and we've been body's a little beat up right now. The back's just a little stiff. The butt cheek's a little bit sore. That left glute is just kind of bugging me a little bit. But I think once we start moving, we should be good. We should be ready to rip. Got some Juju Mufu. I got this for the softball gang for this weekend to try out some smelling salts. That shit is no joke. That is not real smelling salts. When people have that reaction to those fucking smelling salts, it is a very, very real reaction. I took a smell of those smelling salts thinking it was like a normal smelling salt, and I shit you not, it hurt my back and my brain. Like everything I was paralyzed for like 10 minutes. Like, what in the world, dude? And everybody, like, I've had to be super cautious, like keep it super far away before they take a sniff. But we got those. If you're looking for a strong ass smelling salt, I'm not even gonna throw a product link or anything, but those are next level. And when you smell them, I want you to leave a comment, your first thought process. But when you smell them, I'm gonna give you a warning right now. Don't smell them like a real smelling salt. So we're gonna rip some of those on our cleans, and we're gonna see if it helps. I didn't really get them for lifting, whatever. Maybe it helps that much, but I got them more for the mess around in our softball dugout for our tournament this weekend. Stick was decent. I was hitting probably a little bit too many home runs. Ended up going 11 for 13, a 1 HRO and 1 diving catch. It wasn't the worst tournament in the world, but my back control wasn't the best until the second half of the tournament. First 2 games, too many bombs. Second 2 games, I really got it dialed in. I've been switching between the overlap to the like single overlap, and one of the things Tyler Irvine said, and I got a meeting with him tomorrow, he's a really, really high-level softball player, was talking about how in BP, your mistakes in BP are only amplified in a game, right? So if you're having control issues in BP, it's only going to be more amplified in a game. And I was like, oh, that's so right. I'm having just tiny bits of control issue in BP. But I'm putting the ball pretty much where I want it, but it's tiny bit of control issues where the ball drifts just a little bit, ball goes just a little bit too far, right? And that stuff is amplified in the game when you're all tensed up, fighting everything. There's a little bit more constraints and pressure based on you with the pitch, right? Like, so pitcher is pitching to get you out rather than pitching for you to hit the ball. And I've realized those control issues are definitely amplified with that double overlap. And the bombs are bombs. The bombs are sick, whatever. Like the distance there, the control is just a little bit. So I think I'm going to counteract that just a little bit by going back to that double overlap grip and having a little bit more control on the swing. So some updates on the weekend. Our team did not do what we wanted to do. Team's been struggling defensively, but I think we're going to figure it out. We got some roster moves coming in, state and nationals. This weekend we got Gilman Days. Really fucking excited. If you're a Yoakum Strength OG, you understand the importance of Gilman Days and the importance of winning this tournament this weekend, which would be unbelievable. Then we got Hanover after, and then we got state nationals, and then Sea Worlds, which is pretty sweet. So we kind of got a streak of tournaments coming up that are going to be pretty epic, and we got to be ready for it. So let's get to it. Boom. Got to move my mic here, but I'm going to make sure I talk into the mic before I put it back up into my hat, because otherwise it messes up the audio and picks up literally everything but me. These mics are so insane. Like when I have it on my chest here, it picks up everything on the field, but if I put it on my hat, it only picks up everything on the field and nothing that I say. It's kind of weird. It's super selective. Probably a user error and me not knowing what the fuck I'm doing with this mic. But reason we're doing, I think I mentioned that we kind of messed up last week with all the games that we had, but we're doing cleans today to kind of microdose that lower body, so I don't have everything all in one day. I know I mentioned that last week. It felt really good to put the snatches on one day and some movement stuff on one day, and then the sprints and squats on another day. So I'm going to kind of switch up into more of that format just so it's less stuff all on one day, less like mentally taxing stuff all on one day. So we'll hit some hang cleans today on the upper body day. Tomorrow will be more of a lower body focused day where we're squatting, deadlifting, do traditional lower body day, jumping, sprinting, all of those things. Might have a little bit of fatigue from the Olympic lifting, but whatever. Like I recover quick enough to be able to do that. And I'm all right with taking that hit to have just a little bit more focus on the secondary lifts. But that's why we're doing cleans on the upper body day, making that little switch, and let's get after it. Let's go. Need a sweet little chill vibe playlist. I'm listening to Your Life's a Movie playlist on Spotify. It's all lowercase. I don't really know who made the playlist, but it just popped up one day. And it's an absolute banger of songs and great little chill playlist. So we'll start off listening to that, and we'll probably get to some EDM as we get heavier. But let's get it. All right, set number 3 here. Let's rip it. Ow, motherfucker, that hurt. Caught on my belt. Owie. I'm letting that bar get way too far out front. I dropped that first one on my fucking thigh, letting it get back. I was being soft in those last two. Let's lock back in. Here we go. All right, my pull really felt like it sucked on those last ones, so we're gonna try and clean that up, get the better pull, and then rip underneath it. Let's go. Oh my God, that was ugly. Holy shit. I cut the fuck out of myself with that necklace. Owie, let's clean that up. All right, chap, not gonna lie, kind of fucked myself up there. I caught that and it instantly just ripped on my fucking necklace, broke the necklace, and I was trying not to keep it from like continually like sliding on that fucking necklace. I don't know if you can see that. It was like bleeding like hard, so lost interest. Ooh, this thing is bent as fuck too. Everything kind of got crushed here. So it was a unremovable necklace because I lost a class to it. So I had somebody like click it back there to where you can't take it off and on, and then that just shattered it. So we're gonna have to fix that. But yeah, that neck was fucked, and I lost interest in the cleans. I didn't want to drop it again on that neck. Shit hurts. So we're gonna bench. It wasn't gonna be an amazing day hanging either. My pull felt like absolute garbage. Obviously, I think we had 5 or 6 softball games yesterday, probably a little fatigued from that. I didn't feel too beat up in the sense of like power-wise, like the body just feels old today, but didn't feel too beat up like power-wise. Felt like I could dunk and stuff like that this morning. Felt great there. So we're gonna have to work on some technique there and get back to it, but it's nice to get that just a little bit of hang stimulus done early in the week, so now that if I get everything done, I can hit another one later in the week, but really trying to peak for that snatch this week, and hopefully rip a good snatch if that elbow's hanging in there. But hips felt good, just technique felt like ass on that hang clean. So we're gonna hit some decline bench, work up to a 3 rep max here. Let's rip it. Whee! Got the neck to settle down just a little bit, so I hit 2 more back down sets at 255 for 3, and felt decent there. I just had to get a little bit of confidence back and catch it back in there. Really, that's the biggest thing with the cleans right now, just getting used to like catching that weight at the bottom. I can front squat that easy. It's more so like the deceleration. Something that I should probably train, especially if I was like really getting after this, would be like front squat drop catches, or even back squat drop catches, the ability to like handle that force and then get back up. I'm kind of pussing out of that right now, especially since I think my pull isn't very clean, so I'm like catching it in super awkward positions, like where it's a little bit out in front of me and then it like feels really, really heavy. Whereas if I make it really clean, it feels like nothing. It feels like a 290 front squat, which is super easy, right? So if I can get into that super clean position, no problem, money, just be able to squat back up. But right now I feel like I'm catching a little bit farther forward, and then I'm like, oh, I gotta brace really, really hard, and my spine's not a huge fan of getting into that flex position. It just pushes out right away. It like has this like
just has so much pain associated with that flex position. I can definitely meet head out of it, but it like almost like gives out right away. It's like doesn't need to. It's soft. So we'll continue to work on that, but the back down sets felt a little bit better. Neck is pretty sore, but I mean, snatch is the only got to catch on the neck, and that's our goal, 225 snatch. So let's get it. Whee! Set number 3 here. Let's rip.